What's up, fam? Welcome back. I'm going to take you on a sweet journey to New Zealand today. Of course, this is the little video I took leaving Seattle. I believe that's Mount Rainier. And of course, the navigation system on the plane to Auckland was pretty cool. You can kind of feel around there. This is a picture of our jet when we were leaving, and this is the first footage I got when we touched down at the airport. So that is the native tongue of the tribe in New Zealand called the Maori, and coming up later there will actually be some clips of one of the reservations or of that native tribe. Here I was just trying to capture, we hit the ground running pretty hard. My first impressions of New Zealand were honestly, pretty similar to Seattle. It was very cloudy and gray, but that's okay. We got kind of lucky with the weather. Yeah, so a lot of the places that we go, I can't really pronounce that well. They're kind of, again, written in the native tongue. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But this was our first stop. It was an overlook of the city, and there was a crater there in the middle. This is Auckland, so we've flown to Auckland. This is downtown Auckland. And that tower, was of course a little jet lagged, but that tower we stayed very close to. There was some pictures. This was all in the same area. I thought that was a pretty nice picture here. And this is another memorial in the native tongue. Okay, so we stayed downtown. These are pictures of our hotel. It's the QT Auckland. I do have to say that I was super impressed with this hotel. It was very well put together and wonderful food. This was my favorite, probably one of my favorite breakfasts. Very simple and complete there. That was I believe the 1 pound brekkie, which was delicious. I ordered it several times. The hotel lobby, I'm going to see if I have a picture of the hotel lobby, which was very well decorated and a very cool hangout spot. We didn't spend all that much time at the hotel, of course, but yeah, so this was just a view outside of the hotel in downtown Auckland. It was right on the river. As you can see, it is still very cloudy and gray. Okay, so up next were our private tours of Waiheke Island and I believe the Onera Village. This is where we did wine tastings at these vineyards and just kind of explored the area. So we ate at the Batch Winery, which was attached to one of the vineyards. Then we toured the University of Auckland School of Health Sciences, and this was just in the main entryway. Now, some parts of the tour, unfortunately, they did not allow us to take pictures, but I really like this picture. The students were playing during intermission, the class intermission, foosball and I think ping pong. And then this was just some of the pictures that we were allowed to take in there. Next was our meal at Java House in Parnell, which was beyond amazing. I thought we were going to a coffee shop. Obviously, Java is, English for coffee, but this was an Asian fusion restaurant, and if you look up pictures, I just looked in Google and found that yeah, it's kind of incredible that you just look up and see pictures of the place that we went. That sounds so silly, but the food, yeah, was amazing. I actually, you know, it was family style, and I mean, some of my friends took photos of the pictures. I just got a picture of the dessert and put that there, but yeah. Okay, and finally we are at the long-awaited tower in Auckland, which is the restaurant is called the Sky City Orbit, and this again is in Auckland. This is the tower that you've been seeing in all of the photos beforehand. So there's a restaurant up there, and the restaurant spins around as you dine, and which is pretty cool. So you can see out over the city. This is pretty much what New Zealand looks like when you are traveling. You know, we did a lot of bus. You know, to get to these places we were going to, we you know, used a tour bus. So you know, this was another highlight, the glowworm caves. In let's see, where are these? The Waitomo caves in Auckland. Yeah, Hamilton Waikato region. Waitomo Glowworm Caves guided tour. So unfortunately, yeah, it's very hard to get any video of the caves because it's just so dark. But this was definitely a highlight. You could see in the caves these glowworms, which are bioluminescent and glow in the dark, which is just really cool. So what put New Zealand on the map as a well-known tourist location is actually was this film series, The Lord of the Rings. So here are some photos of Hobbiton, which is being preserved and restored to this day. Seeing it in person is quite something else. You know, on the plane ride back, I watched the movies, or one of the movies, the first Lord of the Rings, just to compare the in-person experience to the movie. And of course, I think being there in person is a little cooler. In the movies, I think there's a lot of CGI and computer graphics, but nonetheless, it was really cool to see and learn about the location. You know, it was basically just built into the so the Hobbit holes were just built into the hills of this region in the North Island. So that was really cool. All right, so oh, this was a very interesting dinner we had here. So it says Stratosphere there, but the official name of the restaurant that we ate at after touring Hobbiton was in Rotorua. It was called the Pataka Kai Restaurant and Bar. And yeah, I actually had a really interesting story about this. We almost died. It was very dark. Of course, it was dinner. Yeah, the sun goes down in the winter at 5 o'clock, and it was very dark and rainy when we were leaving. So you had to take a tram or a trolley up to the restaurant, and the trolley broke down, or no, it didn't break down, but they stopped it because there was lightning in the area, and so instead of taking the trolley back down, we had to be shuttled in these buses. There was only like one bus, so we all had to wait around for everyone to get shuttled down to the bottom of the because since we took a gondola or a cabin up there. I didn't include footage of that, but just take my word for it, I about died. And so after that scary bus ride, this was we checked into our hotel in Rotorua, and this was the next morning. I remember going out and taking a picture of the sunrise, um, and just kind of admiring the beauty there. One of the big things that's very common you see everywhere are these carvings, which can be made. Oftentimes, are made out of jade. There was a lot of I guess what you call that, craftsmen that made these very old tribal symbols out of jade, which is really cool. So that's what this picture is here that I'm showing you. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this name, but this is the entry point to the Wakawara Thermal Village. Of course, we had a guided tour of. It was really cool to see. I've never seen. These are hot springs here. So there's a name. It's very this is the, I believe this is the Maori tribe that lives here. Oh no, sorry, the Hurongi Nagati Wahaoi people. Oh my goodness. But anyway, these people inhabit this wonderful warm springs area, and this is in. I think this is in Port Rotorua. Yeah. So the Waiaraki Hot Springs had an attached spa. This spa was very, very close to our hotel. We were staying at, I believe, the Novotel in Rotorua. But it was beautiful. I think my favorite room was the steam room, which I took a video of here, with the pink rings. It was like a hot room that you would kind of sweat. There's a mud bath area and multiple parts of the pool that you could, they had heated and cool, hot and cold therapy, which, by the way, is supported by scientific evidence. Typically, Washington is older, but it was a really wonderful location. So we got to have dinner at Ora is how you say, I believe, hello. My brain is now, but I think the highlight of this part was we got to see a video here when we were eating there that day. So geysers. All right. And at this point, we were departing Rotorua and headed to Queenstown. And I really just wanted to highlight the food. So this was the food I had in the airport, you guys. This was food in the airport. Just look at that. I mean, it looks like it was all fresh made. So the clerk at the restaurant and in the airport made that smoothie. It was out of fresh ingredients right there on the spot. Just blended. And it's like, why do we not do that here in the States? And this clip was of our airplane. I wanted to take a special note of that because we almost died in that airplane. There were some points where we were basically flying sideways because of the, I guess, air currents. Everybody was quite a bit scared and jarred, but thankfully we made it. Okay. And then this was the view when we got to. So we had left Queenstown to go to the Distinction Hotel in Teoano, and this was the view. As you can see, nothing but mountains and water everywhere. So I will let you enjoy the beautiful scenery. Cameras give it somewhat justice. It was just beyond gorgeous. And next up was the tour of the Milford Sound. Oh, sorry, but first we had we took a quick detour on the way to visit the Mirror Lakes. As you can see, the mountains mirror there in the water, as long as there's no ripples. Um, in this was so this was the Milford Sound. We took a boat ride and a tour of the water there, which was just nothing. It just breathtaking views from every which direction. Very peaceful and pretty. We stayed at the Distinction Hotel, which I believe was in Teoanu. Yes, and the Milford Sound was in Teoanu, and we stayed at the Distinction Inn Hotel, which was pretty nice. They really needed to just update their signage. It was kind of we found our rooms in the dark. I mean, it was dark by 5 o'clock. So this was a view in the morning of the mountains outside of the Distinction Hotel, which is gorgeous. And then we did a jet boat tour. I'm trying to remember if that was in Queenstown. I'm trying to remember if that was in Queenstown, but this is Queenstown here. We stayed at it was the Nova Hotel downtown Queenstown, and so we were pretty much on the water in the heart of the city. And the city's really not that big. I mean, this is, from this view, from those pictures and those videos, that was pretty much the entirety of the city. Yeah, so I included this. So this was that was the same area there. As you can see from the map, Queenstown is not very big, but it was pretty, right on the water. But basically behind all of these images and those videos of the water, there's a big shopping center and mall and hotels and stuff like that that you can stay in. But this is one of the last meals I had in New Zealand. I decided to try the McDonald's in the airport. I was really curious to see what the difference was, and honestly it tasted very much the same, but I also didn't feel as bad. I think, I don't know exactly what ingredients they use, but it definitely seemed like it was a little bit cleaner than what I'm used to. So, and then this image, what I found in the airport as I was leaving, and that was pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Have you been to New Zealand? What do you think about the country? I had a wonderful time. I was with good people the whole time. And definitely worth a trip for sure, I would say. Mark it off, tick it off the bucket list.